Boxing King Media in association with Boxer. Johnny Nelson, how excited are you with that performance of Madam Azim?
You know what, before the fight, I know we were saying this is a tough test for him. I said, listen to me, there's a blueprint to World Championship level. You look at Nassim Hamid, you look at Joe Kazak, you look at Lennox Lewis, you look at the guys that got up there to World Championship level, and then you look at the careers and how they blitz through domestic class. Adam, he's showing that. You know, this was supposed to be a tough fight for him. I said, this ain't going past halfway through. If he's the guy we think he is, he won't even go halfway. When the bell went, me and Dalton Smith looked at each other, we said 1 round. Now, and he could have done it in 1 round. And the only thing that'll trip him up is probably experience of blowing himself out, but he then started to steady himself down to the end of the first round, then picked his punches, picking perfect, power perfect, speed perfect, iron the ball perfect. I think at domestic level, the biggest test for him, no matter who he fights, up to this point will be Dalton Smith. And then after the Dalton Smith fight, however that goes, that's when we get really excited about his future from that point. So it's in steps. Let's not get too giddy. Let's not get too stupid. Let's just think, right, you know what, this kid's got everything going for him. Now, in the commentary, we said the only issue is distractions in life. The responsibilities of an adult when you're fighting. He lives, breathes, dreams, eats boxing. And what happens is, as a fighter, as you come through, everything starts to come towards you, all the distractions, family, friends, adult responsibility. It's how he deals with it. And you've got to be a selfish individual for the time being to get to the top. I just hope he's that fighter. I do think he is. I do think he can be that fighter, and you've got to be that fighter. I think you're going to have to pay a shed load of money for opponents in between now and Dalton Smith. And then after Dalton Smith, he'll probably catapult and think, right, European level, you know, and then do it that way, or wild contention level. But it's just taking your time with him. He's still got a lot of learning. He's still got to go through a lot of experiences. But you can see the path. I say to people, get on the train now, enjoy the journey now, because you will be able to talk about it when he actually does get there and say, you know what, I remember this kid coming through. I remember this fight, I remember that fight. Tonight, that fight should have been hard for him. It wasn't hard for him. This boy got the job done. You knew it was just like... There's one thing Barry McCracken used to say, and his words were, it's about levels. And this boy's just levels above the rest.
Do you think he will potentially become a pay-per-view fighter before he fights for the world title? Let's just say it could be an international title or a European. Do you reckon he could? Is that good? He can make it.
You know what? It's a case of, so that's the business side of it. These are the businessmen. You know, do they hold him off and hold him off and hold him off and hold him off, and then make his world title fight a pay-per-view fight? That's what they could do. It's a case of how they sell it, how they brand it, how they package it. He could be, but it's how they market this young man. And so you're asking me something I don't understand the marketing side of it. I understand what I see, I understand what potentially can be an outstanding fighter. And as long as they match him correctly, manage him correctly, there's no reason why he shouldn't at least get a shot at a world title eventually. But it's too early to get giddy and stupid about that, but you can just see the blueprint, you can see where it's going. He's just got to keep doing his thing.
Last question I want to ask you, did you watch Dillian White's performance last night? If so, you did, then that's great. What did you think of it? Is Buddy McGirt the man to take him forward? Because Dominic Ingle seems to... did you see any improvements and just your overall review of the fight?
So if you go to New... it's going to take 3 or 4 fights for that union to gel. I think Dillian White boxed below par, but he definitely won. It might have even been an off night for him. He left it in the gym or whatever. And everybody's entitled to one end, but he still won. And so we'll not find out if it was below par and he left it in the gym until his next fight or the next fight. We've just got to give this man time to gel with his new coach. And in doing that, you've got to give him patience. He'll get criticised. He'll get, you know, I don't know why he's getting the stick, because he won the fight. There's no argument about it. But maybe people...
Did you score it to him?
Yeah, I definitely scored it towards him. And I just thought, but maybe people are probably expected crash bang wallet because it went the distance. Like, you know, we had people saying Fabio Ward would get turned over. I didn't think he'd get turned. I thought he'd turn him over. I thought Fabio did a great job. I think for Dillian, he's boxed better. I think, to me, I'd put it down to an off night, but he still won the fight.
Johnny, I really appreciate your time as always. I'll let you get back to Sheffield.
Thank you. Home time.